Your dashboard lights turn on, the radio works, maybe even the headlights too, but the engine won't start. Ever get in your car, turn the key, and get nothing? No engine roar, no comforting rumble, just silence or maybe a faint click. The dashboard lights up, the radio works, and your headlights shine bright. Everything seems totally normal at first glance. But when you try to start the engine, you hear a sad click or just silence. It's like your car is ignoring you, and that can be really confusing. It's frustrating, especially when everything else works. You might even start to wonder if you did something wrong, or if your car is just having a bad day. You might think, it can't be the battery, my lights work, but trust me, you're not alone in thinking that. Your lights work, and maybe the radio or dashboard lights come on just fine, but the car won't start. That's a classic scenario that leaves many drivers scratching their heads. Even if everything else seems to have power, the battery is still suspect number one. Think of your battery like a bucket of energy. Your lights only need a cupful, but the starter motor needs the whole bucket to crank the engine. If the battery's weak, it simply can't deliver enough power to the starter, even if it can run smaller things. Here's a quick test you can do at home. Turn on your headlights and watch them closely, then try to start the car while the lights are on. If the lights dim dramatically or go out completely, your battery is likely weak. If you hear rapid clicking from under the hood, that's another sign the battery can't deliver enough voltage to the starter. It's time for a jump start. Connect jumper cables, red to positive, black to negative, making sure the connections are secure. Always ground the last black clamp on bare metal away from the battery to avoid sparks. Start the good car, let it run for a few minutes to charge your battery, then try starting your car again. If your car starts, the battery was the problem. But don't stop there. Figure out why it failed. Was it just old age, or did you leave the lights on overnight? Sometimes a bad alternator can't recharge the battery, or corrosion on the terminals can block power. Most car batteries last about 3 to 5 years, but extreme temperatures or frequent short trips can shorten their life. Many auto parts stores will test your battery and alternator for free, so take advantage of that service if you're unsure. If your battery keeps dying, don't just keep jump-starting it. Get it checked or replaced before you get stranded again. Don't ignore a weak battery. It's the most common reason for being stranded, and a quick fix now can save you a lot of trouble later. If a jump start didn't work, or you're confident the battery itself is in good shape, it's time to move on to the next most common culprit, your battery connections. This is a crucial step that many people overlook, but it can make all the difference between a car that starts and one that leaves you stranded. Even if your battery is brand new, poor connections can prevent power from reaching your starter. Corroded or loose battery terminals can block power, even if your battery is fully charged. Damaged or frayed cables can also cause issues, as they might not carry enough current to start your engine. Over time, exposure to moisture, road salt, and engine heat can cause these problems to develop, so it's important to check them regularly. Pop the hood and take a close look at the battery terminals. Are they clean and tight, or do they look dirty or loose? Gently wiggle the cables to see if they're secure. If you notice any movement, that's a sign the connection isn't as solid as it should be. A loose connection can interrupt the flow of electricity, making it impossible for your car to start. If you see white, blue, or green crust on the terminals, that's corrosion, a common problem that can seriously interfere with the connection. Rust or green buildup can also block the flow of electricity. Corrosion forms when battery acid reacts with the metal terminals, and it's a sign your battery needs some attention. Before you do any cleaning, always disconnect the negative cable first, then the positive. This helps prevent accidental short circuits. Wear gloves to protect your hands from battery acid, dirt, or debris, and make sure your tools don't touch both terminals at once. Clean the terminals thoroughly with a wire brush, a mixture of baking soda and water, or even an old toothbrush if that's what you have on hand. Scrub away all the corrosion until the metal is shiny and clean. This step is essential for restoring a good electrical connection. Once everything is clean, reconnect the cables. Positive first, then negative. Tighten them down securely so they don't wiggle or move. For extra protection, consider applying a small amount of petroleum jelly to the terminals. This helps prevent future corrosion and keeps your connections in top shape. A clean, tight connection is crucial for your car to start reliably. It ensures that the full power of your battery is available when you turn the key, and it can help prevent electrical problems down the road. Now try starting the car again. This simple fix often solves the problem and gets you back on the road. If your car still won't start, you've at least ruled out one of the most common and easily fixable issues. Don't skip this step. It's quick, free, and effective. Taking just a few minutes to check and clean your battery connections can save you a lot of time, money, and frustration in the future. It's a simple habit that every car owner should practice regularly. Battery and connections are good, but you hear a single loud click. The starter motor is likely the issue. The click is the solenoid trying to engage, but the motor isn't spinning. Starters wear out or develop dead spots where they won't connect. Old trick: tap the starter with a rod or broom handle while someone turns the key. If the car starts, the starter is failing. Replace it soon. This is a temporary fix. Don't rely on it. Starters can be tough to access, so consider a mechanic if you're not comfortable. Don't ignore starter issues. They'll only get worse. Turn the key and get total silence. No click, no crank, no dimming lights. The problem might be the ignition switch, starter relay, or a blown fuse. The ignition switch sends the start signal. If it's worn out, the starter won't get power. Try wiggling the key or steering wheel while starting. If it works, the switch may be bad. Check the starter relay and fuse in your fuse box. Owner's manual will show you which. Swap the starter relay with another identical one, like the horn relay. If the car starts, replace the relay. Visually inspect the fuse for breaks. These are easy, cheap fixes. Always check them before replacing expensive parts. If the engine cranks but won't start, your battery and starter are fine. Now check for fuel and spark. First, make sure there's gas in the tank. Sounds obvious, but it happens. Listen for a 2-second hum from the fuel pump when you turn the key to on. No sound? The pump may be dead. If you have fuel, the next suspect is spark, often a failed crankshaft position sensor. No spark, no start. Also, check your car's security system. If the immobilizer light blinks, it may not recognize your key. Try a spare key if you have one. Security issues can mimic other problems, so don't overlook them. Let's recap with a quick checklist before you call a mechanic. First, listen. Rapid clicks mean weak battery. Single click means starter or connections. Silence means ignition switch, relay, or fuse. Check headlights for dimming when starting. Inspect and clean battery terminals. Tighten cables. Check starter relay and fuse. Swap relays if needed. If the engine cranks but won't start, listen for the fuel pump and check for a blinking security light. Try a different key if you suspect the immobilizer. If you've checked all these and it still won't start, you've ruled out the common stuff. Now you can call a mechanic and tell them exactly what you've tried. This saves you time and money. Don't panic. Most no-start issues are simple. Follow these steps and you might fix it yourself. Good luck and see you in the next video.